Hello, welcome back to It's New. And yes, I am congested and have a cold. I apologize. It's all Morty's fault. But let's move on to the news. Crystal, what do you got for us?
We have a recipe for not success.
And Greg?
Google Ads advertisers may collapse upon seeing a new test in the wild.
I'll be covering how agencies may be penalized by Google Ads. And Morty?
Google's off center, but probably not in the way you're thinking.
In Nobody Asked for That, today's episode of Nobody Asked for That, we have somebody complaining about Bing, saying that Bing is cheating recipe folks on their SERP. So Barry said that the other day he talked about Google testing quick recipes, and somebody else jumped in and was like, actually, if they're going to be getting rid of things from Bing SERP, which they announced they were getting rid of like 27 different SERP features from Bing to clean it up, one thing that nobody asked for was for them to unship showing the entire tahini recipe on their search results. That's right out theft, says this user from X. He didn't like it at all. And so basically they're talking about this that on Bing, you can see a preview of the website and a full layout of every step of his tahini recipe. And he didn't like that at all.
No, it's interesting. It's actually the publisher who complained. So inspiredtaste.com. They're like, this is my recipe. You're showing everything from the steps to the ingredients to nutritions. You don't have to click over to my website. And just the other day, you were complaining about how Google's doing the same thing, but Google's only a test. This is actually live in the search results. And this person called it outright theft. You're stealing my content. You're a cheat.
Boo. The only thing I would say, the only thing I would say in Bing's defense is like the tahini recipe. Like you take the seeds, you mush them up. It's like a recipe for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like it's not
right. And like, nobody cares because again, I put my photo in the headline photo is a blue tree fallen in a forest, but nobody's around to see it. So
I wish them luck, and I hope that Bing's not stealing all their traffic from their other recipes. I think this one they might have to just give that one over to the Bing overlords.
We'll see, but Google has
I just want to go on the record saying I hate this. I know the one was a test for Google. I think this is horrific for publishers. And it's first it'll be recipes, then what's next is coming.
SEO news websites.
I don't care. I don't care if people take my content. AI takes my content and shows it. As long as the content's coming from within here and going out there, I don't care where people click over. I'm altruistic that way.
That's so holistic of you.
But if you just get turned into a summary and nobody goes to visit your site, that's bad. And I know that you still like the greater good people get good information, and that's very nice of you. But at the same point, at some point you stop. If people stop coming to your site, you're going to stop publishing.
I mean, that's definitely.
I don't care, people. I don't care. I will still write even if nobody reads.
I think it's interesting. It's definitely a wider conversation. The worst one I've seen was a guy who was a travel publisher, and there was this like very remote travel trail in Peru, and he was like, "This is my wife at the top of this mountain, and I took this picture, and nobody else had been on this trail before. Guys, why are you taking my content?" That I feel like is tricky. I feel like for things that are general information, like how to make tahini or how to make guacamole or how to make a peanut butter sandwich, like I feel like that's fair game.
Yeah, but then it goes into Greg's thing. Like if I have a guacamole recipe and I have, you put whatever in yours and I put avocados in mine, like I'm not going to write that recipe now. Like, fine, you write it.
I also think there's different guacamole. There's good guacamole and there's bad guacamole.
That's what I'm saying. Like my guacamole is avocados, and Crystal, I don't know what she uses. Grapefruits.
No, I use
You're trying to make
avocados.
a jelly recipe that's sugar free. Like that's different. I don't know. I hate where this is headed. I just want to put
There's
that on
It's
the
like
record.
saying all SEO
extreme-
news articles are equal.
They
Not
are.
true.
They are. But again, if I really wanted traffic, I would pay for it, right, Greg? So I mean, Google's had all these tests coming out with Google Ads.
Yes, Google does have all these tests coming out, and I would just like to go on the record saying I'm going to make a shirt that says, "Even if nobody reads, I will still write." Barry Schwartz, right on the front.
I will.
And so, speaking of those ads, there is a collapsible carousel ad and some refinements. I think the refinements are actually site links, to be honest with you. But in the SERPs, somebody was searching for laptop deals, and it seems like BOGO laptop deals. I could kind of get one half of it to replicate on my end. And in one of the listings is a sponsored, and it says Dell laptop deals, and it has the sideways carrot that's the accordion menu, and it is closed off the jump. I assume if you click on that, then more ads will drop down. Those ads, I do see like those ads in my testing. Those seem like those are from Dell, which is weird. But then there's another example of MSI showing up for BOGO laptop deals. And there is a kind of card. This is what I'm assuming all the ads are going to look like in AI overviews, where that they want you to put images in, an image will show up next to you. I think this is how the at least initial launch will look for AI overviews. But underneath it, it's a weird look where there's site links, but it has like a search button next to it, which to me in testing, every time you hit those, I had carrots, but it takes you to like the site link from there. It's just a weird look. And then in the first one, there's also ability to kind of like scroll these vertical cards, let's say. So vertical cards, horizontal cards, and then there are a bunch of like additional strange search buttons. I'm not sure exactly where those go, Barry. I couldn't replicate those. I don't know if you know where those go to.
Just to more ads. People just want more ads because the only good information on Google right these days are ads. So people just want more of it. And
Yeah, I
Google
watched
has
an
ways to
interesting
see-
video about that yesterday.
There was some type of video on that yesterday. Anyway, talking about ads, Google has announced a new policy targeted at third parties, specifically PPC agencies and third parties that manage ads and advertisements for customers, third parties. And they basically said if those PPC agencies or third parties engage in significant or sustained policy violations, they will go ahead and lose privileges and be penalized. Specifically, they might be dropped out of the Google Partner Network. They might lose some other privileges or have their accounts suspended forever and ever and never, ever be allowed to advertise on Google Ads again. And then if people can't advertise on Google Ads, I don't know where people will find the information that they need. So this is a big issue. Do not go ahead and do policy violations over and over and over again after numerous warnings, because Google may go ahead and penalize you and your agency forever. That's what I got to say. And it looks like I have a typo in there. So I got to fix the typo while we're talking.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest takeaway from this, if you are running ads and you are using an agency, is you need to own your ads account. You do not want to have your agency own an account. You never want that. It's horrific. And then I honestly have never seen that third party policy before. Like it's hidden away somewhere. Some of the stuff is nice to say, like, how much are you actually spending in hard costs versus like what you're doing? All that stuff makes sense. And so I think that's ideal, but it's also just so vague that I just feel like people are just going to have to fight this because of some AI, banning.
Yeah. But if an agency or anybody's really violating the policies over and over and over again, it makes sense that they'll be penalized. I don't think it needs to be really said, but it needs to be said these days, I guess. And just one quick note, Google updated its data retention policy saying that it's not going to store data older than 11 years from now. So if you do need that old data and you have customers that have been with you for 11 plus years and they do look at like the seasonal data and historical data, make sure to download it into a tool or your own data warehouse so you have that. Moving on to Mordy, who wants to talk about things that are off-centered.
Yeah, like some of the people in this chat. No? Anyway. Google was testing. I want to know. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for playing along, Greg. Google was testing off-centered layouts on the SERP. I don't know how to describe this thing. It's like, imagine you like took like a little canvas shape and turned it into a favicon. that's what it looks like. Barry will show it here on the screen when we produce the video. I don't. Whose job is this to say, you know what, that circle should be like a weird square shaped thingy, and that's what the favicon should.
I'm thinking it's a bug. I'm thinking it's some type of CSS bug. I don't know. It's hard to know if it's a bug.
I don't know. It looks pretty like specific, but
right. But it might be like some type of weird.
But it's everywhere.
It's everywhere because maybe it's the same CSS element. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, so maybe it's a bug, and this is all about nothing.
Yes. Thanks for reporting on nothing. With that, everyone have a great day. Goodbye. No, I'm just joking. Morty's not here for the next like 2 months. No, he's actually here. You're gone for like another week and a half, week or so, week and a half. But I think the rest of us are here tomorrow, and then we're going to be offline again. I don't know for how long. It might be for a week or so. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know. I think you guys had enough of us. If you want us to keep doing this, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, comment.
Question? Sound off in the comments. Sound off in the comments.
No, because Barry said he'll write if nobody reads, but you won't talk if nobody will listen?
That's a good question. I've been talking I have a YouTube channel for almost 20 years now, and pretty much nobody listens. All right. Talk to you guys tomorrow, except for Morty. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.